Okay, so welcome to the SAP ABAP for beginners full step-by-step course for the 2025 edition. If you notice in my previous video, I already gave the step-by-step course outline, and we have 4 modules. Module 1, so the first module, getting started with the ABAP. We will first start with development in the SAP system, see how to log into the SAP system, work with the object navigator, create your first program, and then that's to be the first module. And of course we have other modules coming up, but in this video we are going to be looking at the first module, getting started with the ABAP environment. So before we start coding, let's understand how SAP organizes the development system or the development environment, and also see how to log in into the SAP system or SAP graphical user interface. So the first thing you should know is that how does SAP organizes development? So every piece of code or object that you create will be grouped into packages. So packages group related programs, and they help you to manage transport between systems. So for instance, like moving from development system to quality and assurance system to production system. And the next thing we should know is what happens when you save a program. So when you save something new, SAP asks for a transport request. So it is through this transport request that changes move safely between different environments. So let's look at this in practice. Okay, now we need to log in into the SAP system through the SAP graphical user interface. So you need a client number, you need a user name, and then you need a password, and your landing screen will be SAP Easy Access. So let's see that in practice before we create objects and the packages. So we have the SAP Logon app. So I click on the SAP Logon app. So I have different servers configured on my system. So I'll click on one of the server. Here you need to enter your username, which will be given to you by the basis consultant, and then your password. And then you hit on the enter. Yeah, so once logged in, you will land on the SAP Easy Access screen. So this is your main navigation screen. From here you can open transaction codes like SE80. These are transaction codes SE38 or SE11 to start developing. So as time progresses, you'll know what transaction codes are. So if you open transaction code SE80, it takes you to the object navigator, where you see all the objects that are created for this particular user. All right. So keys confirm developer authorization, and to protect the system integrity, SAP uses what we call developer keys and modification keys. So for instance, if you want to create a programs or objects that are not created by SAP must start with the letter Z or Y. So this confirms that you are authorized developer and prevents unwanted system changes. And then the next thing we'll look at is how to create your first program. So let's create our first ABAP program. We can go to the transaction code SE38 or use SE80. So let's see the first one, XE38. So here you can give the name of the program and then you click on create. Or if we go to SE80, which is the object navigator, here I already created the package. So if you have a package created, you can right click on the package and navigate to create, and then select program, and you can enter the name of the program and click on continue. So I will use the first option, SE38, to create the program. So let's give the name of the program as letter Z _ hello _ ABAP. So here we go. So we are starting with letter Z because of developer key. So any program that is not created by SAP must start with either Z or letter Y. So you can say Z _ hello ABAP. Okay, of course we have other persons that have created programs similar to this in this system. So then click on create. Here we give a title to the program. We can say first ABAP program, and here we need to select the type of the program. So there are different types of program which you will know as time goes on. So this will be an executable program, which means we can run the program by itself without necessarily putting it inside another program to run. So you can save this, and here is what we talk about packages. Okay, so I already have a package created before, and I'm going to save this to this particular package. So you can save to local object, which means you will not be able to transport this program between two systems. So instead of that, we save it to this package. Click on save. Now here is what we call the transport request. So a prompt comes for us to either use an existing transport request or create a new one. So you can go right here, create a request, and give a short description for the request and say first ABAP program, and can hit on the save button. So here our transport request is created. Confirm this, and here we have the report. So this is a ABAP editor where we are able to write our first program. So like it's conventional when you are starting any programming language, your first text to write will be what? Hello world. But here we are going to write hello SAP world. So we use single quotes for strings, and here we have it. You write hello world. So this write statement is used to print your strings. All right, so the next thing, there are three things you need to do: save, check the syntax, and then activate. Yeah, so we need to save it, check for syntax error, activate, then execute. So right here you can use Ctrl S. So you see here that the program has been saved, then Ctrl F2. Yeah, or we could use the buttons right here. So let's check for syntax error. Click on check. So here below you see no syntax error found, and afterwards you need to activate the program before you can be able to execute. So the program is still in inactive state. So if we activate this, object is activated, and then you can execute this program either by pressing F8 or you click on this button right here. All right, and here we see in the output our first ABAP program, hello SAP world. Here is where your title is. So that's it. You have just run your first ABAP report. This is the beginning of every programming language. We have been lied to in several times that when you write this first line, congratulations, you are now a programmer. But no, this is just the beginning of your journey. All right, so there's one more thing we should know. It's called the pretty printer. So if you click right on more here, you can see pretty printer here. This is used for syntax formatting of your text, of the structure of your code. So when you use pretty printer, it helps you to format tabs, capitalizations, and so on and so forth. For instance, if I use write as a lowercase and perhaps I shift this to my right, and if I click on pretty printer, which is shift F1, see that is formatted the source text to follow conventional formatting. All right, so use the pretty printer button to automatically format your code. So neat codes means fewer errors, and remember to always activate your code. So what activation does is that it compiles your code into the active repository version that SAP will execute. Okay, now finally, every change you make is stored in a transport request, which we already saw. So if you make any change, it will be stored inside the transport request, and we can view that if we go to transaction code XE09. So this is called what? The transport organizer. You can open this transaction code to see your transports. So each has a main workbench request and one or more tasks under it. Okay, so when your work is ready, you release the task and then the request. That's how your development moves from one system to another. So right here in the transfer request, modifiable and release. So this means that I want to be able to see all the requests that are modifiable and all the requests that have been released. When we click on the display, we see all the transport requests that have been created inside my package. Okay, so this was the one we just created, first ABAP program. So if you expand this request, you'll be able to see the program that was created, right? So this is the Hello ABAP that was created, and if we go right up and right click on this, you'll be able to see different options. So we can click on this release directly to release this program. So right here, let's right click on this and then click on release directly. So now you see that the task has been released to request 6121, and if you go to the released, you see that the program that we created has been released to another program. Okay, so we cannot make any changes to this particular program again because we have released it. Any other change that we want to make, we need to create a new request. And so for testing safely, always build and test in a development or sandbox system, never in the production system. So development systems are actually meant for experimenting safely without affecting live data. So once everything works and passes the review, it is then transported to the quality assurance system, and from quality assurance system to the production system. So safe testing actually starts from the development system. All right, so that's the summary for module 1. You've logged in into the SAP GUI system. You've seen the object navigator using SC80. You've created a program, you've activated and you've tested. You've also seen how SAP organizes development. Now in the module 2, we look at the tools of the ABAP development environment, like the ABAP editor, which you have seen, the screen painter, the menu painter, and many more. So if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and share to someone who wants to go into ABAP programming. Thank you and see you in the next video.